Oh, hey everyone. This video, live video that I'm making, could be titled "When You're Trying to Do the Right Thing, but You Find Out That You're Doing the Wrong Thing." You may have someone in your life, like I do, that consumes fish. I'm personally not a fish eater. I'm a vegetarian, meaning I don't eat any fish or I don't eat any eggs personally. But yesterday, as I was scrolling through the very informative Instagram feed of National Geographic photographer Paul Nicklin, who's also a wonderful advocate for everything aquatic and the oceans, and I'm going to post a link, I'm going to try and post a link to the alert that he gave yesterday concerning farmed fish. To my horror, Atlantic salmon. When you think about it logically, what's salmon really doing in the Atlantic anyway? As far as I know, salmon, swims upstream, and I guess it's considered to be such a delicacy because it's not really so easy to get. But fish farms have sprung up all over the world, and this particular bag that you can get at Costco along with other farm fish like mahi-mahi and so forth, this product actually comes from Chile, if you look on the back of the bag. What made me want to share this with you was the fact that these fish farms, which I naively thought, well, surely it's being done in a contained manner, they're using safe practices. Somehow in my mind I thought that these were more like aquatic tanks, on land, that these were very self-contained structures where these fish were being raised, because I know people that are actually doing that. But of course this is happening on a huge scale and on an industrial scale. So there are some things that are going on, like the incredibly large amount of pesticides that are being used in the fish industry, which surprised me. Don't usually associate fish with pesticides, that are causing a collapse of salmon and trout populations wherever these things are. Also, the flesh of a fish really is pale, because if you're living in the sea, there's not a lot of sunlight down there, and the flesh of fish is pale, which reflects that. They're not exactly getting a suntan down there. So this type of fish, for example, the salmon, is injected with dyes to make it seem pinker than it really is. The two that I found really, well, it's all alarming, but the other thing that I found very alarming is the virus, apparently, that is being a side effect of this fish farming, a virus which infects the actual hearts of the salmon, their cardiac system. And also the fact that this is really bad for pregnant women. Anyway, there's a rather long list of all the detrimental effects. I guess if I could sum it up, I would say that this is not what God intended. We were never meant to do things on this scale, because it just flies in the face of a very delicate balance. So I want to thank Paul Nicklin for posting this, for getting me past the glossy packaging, and the realization that what I've been getting for someone in my household is causing an environmental damage which is probably a little bit beyond our comprehension. Our oceans are dying, and farming practices, fish farming practices, are doing a great job of hastening that collapse and extinction. It affects everyone. So even if you're not a fish eater like myself, be gentle when you tell someone. I find that most people want to do the right thing. There's so many things to keep track of. I consider myself